Peace and blessings. I'm really excited to share these with you. They arrived to me, well, technically yesterday. I backed these on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was for the Forces of Spirit, and then I did the add-on for the Forces of Nature, which was the first deck created by Daria. When I saw the artwork, I absolutely fell in love with them, and I'm so excited that they got here to me so that I could share them with you. This is the first live video, and by live, I mean I am recording it visually with the audio at the same time and not just doing an audio recording. And it's just because I have a baby and I don't have like really adequate space to do videos like I used to. And I also do not have the time or the quiet. So while everyone is asleep, and hopefully they stay that way, I am so in love with this deck. I didn't want to open it and go through the cards without doing this just because there's something so amazing and powerful about these decks. Every time I touch them, I get chills. Um, each deck came with a nice bag as well as these gorgeous stickers. Look at the crow. The stickers that I usually get from Kickstarters go on my spirit book, which is basically like a grimoire, but I just like calling it a spirit book instead. And also these two postcards. And I was so surprised when I turned it over and saw this message: Giovanna, trust your intuition, follow your path. And that brought tears to my eyes because that is a message that has consistently been coming up for me in my own readings and just in life. Today, I want to share the forces of nature since this was deck number one. Um, when I went back and looked at the Kickstarter for this deck just to get a better understanding of the deck and of the creator. And on there, she shared that she is from Ukraine and that she had to migrate over to America, and like just her story and the creation of this deck is based out of that journey that she has, experienced in her own personal life. So she created this deck, and I think it's really beautiful. And every time I think about it, I get tears in my eyes. I'm tearing up now just thinking about Ukraine and the country, the people, everything that has happened and is happening there. Um, and for her to use that and put her life experience, using it in a creative way to create a spiritual tool for everybody, I think it's just beautiful. And I'm always grateful to find decks or just spiritual tools created out of these just beautiful places, meaning like they weren't just created because decks are like a hot commodity, right? So let me share this with you and stop babbling. I'm so excited. Hi. Okay, so it's got the forces of nature. Look at the beautiful sunflower on the box. It says created with love by Dasha Tashiko. I'm sorry. It's kind of far away and I am not wearing my glasses, and it's also late and your girl is a little tired, but not too tired to do this. Um, so on the back of the deck, it says a unique tarot system designed to explore the forces shaping our reality. Instead of focusing on characters or traditional symbolism, this deck works through natural elements and invisible energies, revealing movement, direction, and the underlying dynamics of a situation. And I really love that because that's how I typically use tarot, and I find that helps me a lot. Each card represents a force of the field: cycles, elements, resonance, tension, flow, and transformation. And for me, being a healer, those forces definitely show up in my work, which is really amazing and beautiful. So it offers a clear and intuitive language for reflection, insight, and decision making. So this is a 76 card deck. forces of nature. So I did peek in the book. Look at the cards. Oh my gosh. Um, and on the Kickstarter page, it did say that she used, I guess, some AI in the creation of it, but I don't care. I love the artwork. It is, from what I've seen, it's beautiful. So this has Welcome to the Forces of Nature, working with the deck, practicing spreads and integration. And then it just has a page for each of the cards. So it gives the card a day message, which I thought was very interesting and unique, along with the affirmation and keywords, and then an upright and reversed meaning. And it just goes through each of the cards in order from A to Z. I love this deck, y'all, and I have not even, like, I cannot wait to do readings with it. I cannot wait. So let's look at the these are the back. Look at the box. Look at that tree. Oh, I love the artwork. So we have the beautiful back of the deck, which almost looks like a solar system. I love the colors. You can see the different colors of the rainbow on there, very reminiscent of like our chakra system. It feels very flowy and energetic, and I just like it. I guess typically, it's not a mirror image, so some people would find that difficult to read reversals. I just read the card how it comes up. I typically do not reverse them in my deck, but they will fly out, and if it's reversed, I take it that way. And even just looking at the backs of the cards, I'm seeing things. First, I was like seeing a deer. Now I'm seeing like a winged kind of animal going that way, or there's like a bird. I see a person's face here. Like there's the neck, the top of their upper body. Looks like they're wearing sunglasses and they're kind of staring that way. Anywho, okay, so wow, 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 wow. So this is the creation card. And it kind of reminds me of the magician because just the hands being open and you can see everything emanating from the hands. And it looks like birds. That almost looks like a whale or a dolphin. I love when art has like a somewhat like an abstract because I can see pictures within the pictures, and it looks like a person there kind of looking up as well. And the colors are just beautiful. I just, this year I have not bought a lot of decks. In total, I've gotten, honestly, I don't know how many in total, but I know from Kickstarter, this would be three, and I think I have two more coming from one Kickstarter that I back that are it's still, I guess, in production. But this year has been a very low buy year. I've had to be very mindful with my spending and collection because I don't really have space to hold my decks. And unfortunately, again, a majority of my collection is in storage, and it breaks my heart. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I really love the creation card because it reminds me that we have the power to create, to change things in our hand. And we have the vortex, which reminds me of the just the spiral, right? The energies that surround us. This I can think of being sucked in. It looks like almost like a woman there. There's like a group of people here. And that looks like an arm, almost like doing the thumbs up right there. And that looks like a part of a person. I really like this. A lot of what I do is based on things being spiralic and cycles and the flow of things. Um, and like even thinking about like getting sucked into a vortex, it can be either a good thing or maybe a not so good thing. So I think depending on where my eye is drawn, like with the colors and the depth of the card, it can indicate like more heaviness, like really being in that flow where you're not able to like get out of it. So I don't know, just very interesting ways to look at reading these. I can't wait to do a reading and like a deck interview. And this is harmony. I don't know what it is, but when I see like rocks stacked together like this, it is just, it's such a beautiful practice. I forget what it's called. I think there really is like a meditative practice of stacking rocks, and I can't think of the name of it, but I like that there is this balance here within these cards. Hmm. I keep looking at these two. I want to say one is the moon and one is the sun. Let me see what the book says about the harmony as far as like the imagery. Da, 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 da. So it doesn't really talk about the imagery, but for some reason I'm thinking like one is the moon for some reason. And often, like, we use our intuition to kind of find balance between our heart and our mind, from, inaction and action, between like the dualities. So I think that's interesting. And there is the energy card. You can see all that energy coming out of the heart chakra. I love that it's green. And then we have guide, like letting your intuition guide you, all of that energy coming from the third eye and the crown. I love the colors as well. I feel like this deck is so intentional, and even like around the ears, right? Because we can be clairaudient. So there's even these like almost like a little solar system with these little color specks around the ear also. The colors are so vivid, and I really hope that the video is picking up on. Oh, it's beautiful, you guys. I love it. And we've got ether. It looks like someone's singing, right? They have like wide hips. There's the top of like their outfit, and there's like an arm up to the face with a microphone. And this looks like the womb up here, or it could actually be a being. Like there's like the horns there, or maybe like that's an earring. Mm, wow, beautiful. Oh, I know why the caged bird sings. Look at that robin. So this is a Liberty card, and it shows a bird that is not caged and is able to fly and move about. I would not know that this was like AI art if the creator had not, talked about. Because that's one of the things on Kickstarter. It asks, about use of AI in the deck, and I feel like this was very intentional. It wasn't just like generating, random images. This is art, and I feel that it does evoke feeling and movement, and it sparks my intuition in very interesting ways. That looks like Piglet right there in the cloud. So often, yeah, I use the clouds a lot for divination, and that's something that I even did as a child without knowing like that's what I was doing. Um, there's so many ways that we can divine. I just did a recording that I'm going to post as a video because these three songs kept playing in my head. Um, and I felt like I knew what they meant, but I pulled a card for it, and it was just amazing. So this is Bridge, and I like it. It's pretty. I love the water. It almost seems like, there's some energy like on this side, and even like right here. So I guess depending on how you look at it, because I'm hearing like bridge over troubled water, because sometimes this bridge looks fairly low. So like if things are kicking up or the waves are moving about, then it can like wash the bridge out. So it might be difficult to cross it. And gate. Looks like a spirit right there waiting. And even though this card is dark, I don't get a ominous feeling from it. It just feels like like coming home, like going to meet a friend. Oh my goodness. Dark. Mm, this one feels a little heavy. But I love the imagery of this. So, like for me, this represents someone who has like negative energy, whether it's negative thoughts, or even like, someone or something blocking my intuition, or a person that just has like a dark spirit over them, or it could be again someone like going through hard times, a dark period of time, like depression, things of that nature. Oh, this is beautiful transformation. Look at the butterflies and the flowers. It's so pretty. Then we have intuition. It almost looks like these are different hands, right? One seems a little smaller and a little older. So it's almost like meeting ancestors in the spirit realm. I don't know why I'm getting that. And it could just be that one hand looks different because the coloring is different. But that's what's coming up for me. And then we have a light, the creek. Oh, this brings me, oh, sorry. I hit the phone. This brings me back to childhood. Oh, man. This is so peaceful. And this also reminds me of a space that I would go to where I could get down to kind of like a creek running off of one of the main rivers near me. And just the coolness of the water, the quietness. It's like a little oasis in the city. I need to get there. Then we have a boat, island. We have a lagoon. I was going to say, I love how nature based this is. And of course, it's nature based. It's called the forces of nature. Oh, breathtaking. Waterfall. I'm hearing like an outpouring of emotion, a deep release, one wave. We have morning dew. And I love how this is showing like the different expressions of water, right? Because you can have still water, you can have, a wave, you can have little tiny droplets, you can have a raging storm, a still peaceful lake. And then there's the sea. You have a river. Look at that sky. Wow. I love the watercolor detail. A water source. We have the tree. This is so beautiful. I love the colors. The path. Oh, this is so cozy. Home. Then there's the field. There's the forest and mountain. There's stone. cave. It's beautiful. Garden. Look at all those apples. There's seeds. The sprout. Roots. And there's our sun from the box. There's a candle. So this looks like it's getting into like light or heat. Lava. This is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is such a well done deck, like well thought out, like OMG. Oh my gosh, look at this fire. I like this too because it would be a great deck for picking, like for reading people, in a sense of um like how are they emotionally? And if you get fire, like absolutely freaking destructive. This could be a person that is abusive, one that will like tear you down, like, oh my goodness. Or consequently, someone who is comforting and warm, maybe a little spicy because I'm hearing like the pops in the fire, like how it crackles. So it might be a little bit of a firecracker, but it's not gonna completely decimate you either. So it's very interesting. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to read. And this is the ash, right? That's what's left after fire. You have ash. I like even how it shows like the soot like on their arms. Wow. The phoenix. Hey, phoenix. This is beautiful. The transformation after this, you get to here, right? You rise through the ashes. And we have volcano, bonfire, torch. This kind of reminds me of the hermit. And then a spark. So like even like how, where is our relationship? Oh, it's a spark. It's just beginning, has the potential to grow. But if you're also not careful and you hold on, to that match for too long and that fire is not transferred to something more sustainable, it'll fizzle out and you can also get burned in the process. The flame. Impulse. This reminds me of a neuron and how like they fire to transmit information in the brain. And there's vibration. A flag. Oh, this is so beautiful. Ocean breeze. This looks just like a day at the beach, which I need. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Can you imagine like waking up in the morning in a cabin somewhere and you go stand on the deck with a cup of tea or coffee and this is the view? I need a vacation, y'all. Whispers, spirit, mm, echo. cyclone. That's more of like an out of control vortex, right? Oh, I love this. Wings. Ah, the blacks and the blues. This is beautiful. Lightning. I have cloud. Wind. It's almost like they're being blown away. Oh my God, I love this. So, one of the things that I have been working on is I completed my 200-hour yoga teacher certification. And in that, we learned a little bit of some of the breath work practices. The teachers that I'm learning from have a deeper breath work certification that I'm going to take. So I love it so much that this is the depiction of breath. And then we have magnet. I guess I could have tried to keep those a little neater, but it's all good. Oh, sound. This immediately made me think of my best friend, Afua. She is a singer, songwriter, producer, um, all things music. So that is who came up with this. And also my daughter, she is a singer and songwriter too, and producer. Yeah, because she makes her own music. Oh my goodness. This one gave me chills, resonance. Ooh. Mind flow. The shadow. It's a completely different shadow than the person, right? Or it looks like a completely different person in the shadow. Yay, meditation. I can always do more of that. Consonants. Gravity. Clarity. Rhythm. I like how it shows like the different seasons almost. And you have the moon there. It's like the cycles in this card. Eternity. I like that this is represented by a clock because we're so like caught up and bound in time when time really does not exist. Convergence and balance is the final card in the Forces of Nature Tarot. And I guess because this doesn't have 78 cards, it can work as an oracle as well. I just adore this deck. I want to see in the guidebook, it says, Welcome to Forces of Nature Tarot. You're holding a deck that wasn't made to give you all the answers. It was made to bring you back to something far more powerful, your own inner depth. And I really love that. Forces of Nature is not a traditional deck, not a fortune telling tool, and not even a typical oracle. It's a space, a language where images, sensation, and emotions meet your intuition. You can use this deck for self reflection, emotional clarity, daily or moment based readings, work with clients as a therapist, coach, or guide, meditation or journaling, and supporting transformation and inner shifts. There are no bad cards here. Each one is the living part of a greater system like fire and water, chaos and stillness, roots and sky. These cards do not judge, they reveal. They help you meet yourself with truth and move forward with awareness. May this deck become your companion, quiet, alive, real. I absolutely love this deck. It's very much in line with Sacred Wellness Alchemy, which is about coming home to yourself. So I cannot wait to read with this deck. I'm going to try to, when I do the deck interview, to do that as a video as well so that I can share it with you. And if I'm unable to do that, I'll do it as a blog post and share it in the community tab. So I appreciate you for hanging out with me and watching this video. Um, yeah, I'm definitely going to be working with this deck more. I'm going to see if I can do a walkthrough of the Forces of Spirit for you soon also. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm so glad I was able to do this. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. I love hearing from you. Until next time, peace.